Hello, viewers. Um, Today we are going to be talking about 8 masturbation mistakes which may be harmful for your sex life. Okay. Now, um, we thank you for your comments first and your reactions. They are very helpful. Please hit the subscribe button and like our videos. All right. So, 8 masturbation mistakes which can harm your sex life. Now, what is masturbation? Masturbation is a very normal and uh, you know sexual activity. Okay, it's a normal sexual activity which we practice individually. All right, many of us do practice that, and today we are going to be telling you how masturbation can harm your sex life. Now, the very first point we'll be looking at is that doing it too often is not healthy. Performing masturbation too often is not healthy. Okay, when you perform masturbation or when you masturbate too often, what happens is that it's going to reduce your sensitivity. Okay, reduce your sensitivity to real life stimulation. You're already used to stimulating on your own, and so it may affect real life stimulation. Masturbation is a normal process, but when done in excess, it's not healthy. So you should moderate your masturbation. The second point is that masturbation can result in dependence. Okay, yes. When you masturbate too often, what happens is your brain will rewire itself. Okay, it will rewire itself, and now you start having cravings for fiction. Okay, you start having sexual stimulation only from the magazines you read, the videos you watch, the images you see. Okay, it can rewire your brain and rewire your senses of stimulation so that the brain focuses on deriving pleasure from masturbation instead of real life sexual interaction. The third thing is that being too rough can cause harm. When you're masturbating, when you're stimulating the genitals, you should take it gently. It is a gradual process. Okay? When you're being too rough, you can injure the blood vessels and the nerve cells around the genitals. You can injure those issues. Vigorous stimulation is not healthy. Okay? When you're masturbating, you should take it slow. Take it slow. You should be in control. Don't let the masturbation control you. Okay, so that you don't injure yourself. Now, the fourth point, using masturbation as a form of stress relief. Very bad. If you start using masturbation to relieve stress or when you are bored, it's going to result gradually into addiction. And you will not want to get addicted to something like masturbation. It's a very bad habit. Okay, frequent use of masturbation, especially to relieve stress or during boredom, is going to result in addiction. And when you're addicted to masturbation, believe me, you'll not be able to do your achieve your task on time because maybe you want to take a few minutes to go and masturbate. It will make you to be uncomfortable. When you're sitting among people, you need to be private so that you can have time for masturbation and so on. There are many disadvantages when it comes to masturbating as a means to relieve boredom. Okay, you should do it, but do it with moderation. Regulate it. Don't use it as there are many other ways you can relieve your stress, you can relieve boredom, but don't make masturbation the only solution to that problem. Okay, Um, Ignoring hygiene, that's the fifth point. Ignoring hygiene during masturbation is very, very, uh, how do I put it? Ignoring hygiene during masturbation is very critical. Now, when you're using either sex toys, make sure to wash before and after each use. Because if you use sex toys which have been used already and have not been cleaned, you are exposing yourself to infections. And we know infections on the genital tract may result in complications that will lead maybe even to infertility if not well managed. So, your sex toys should be clean, your hands should be clean. Whatever you're using for masturbation, make sure you clean it before and after use. Okay, the seed point, rushing the process. When you're masturbating, take your time. Okay, take your time when you're masturbating. Take your time. Do not rush the process. When you rush the process, it's going to result in quick climax. And when you do that frequently, you're going to start suffering from problems like premature ejaculation because your system is already used to reaching climax within 2 seconds, within 2 minutes. You're already at the climax. Take your time to stimulate the genitals and you reach climax at the right time. When you rush the process, you increase the risk of premature ejaculation, especially for men. You reach climax very quickly. Okay, the seventh point, feeling shame or guilt. Masturbation is a normal process. Okay, it's a normal sexual activity. So when you do masturbation or when you masturbate, you should not feel shame. You should not feel guilty of anything. Okay, it's a normal sexual activity. When you start feeling shame and you start feeling guilty, it increases your stress levels. Okay, it increases stress, and we don't want to be stressed. Okay, the last point, neglecting partner intimacy. Masturbation can result in you neglecting partner intimacy because you're used to stimulating yourself on your own. You should strike a balance between solo sex and partner sex. Okay? You should strike a balance. If not, for those of you who are in relationships, for those of you who are married, your partner will be suffering. Yes, your partner will be suffering because you're stimulating yourself sexually and you are not interested in the connection between you and your partner. So you should strike a balance between solo sex and partner sex. All right. To conclude, we say masturbation is not bad, but too much or too rough or too guilty is not good. When you do it too much, when you do it too rough, or when you do it and you're guilty after that, it's not healthy. You should stay clean. You should stay in control. All right. I hope the message was passed and you're blessed by this video. Thank you. That is the end of our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in our next video. Bye.